Thank you for tuning in to this month's Cosmo Campfire on auto-generating projects from opportunities. Today I'm your host. My name is Lexi Brunt. I am on the customer success team and I've been with Aprica almost 5 years now. On the agenda today, we will be looking at how you can leverage the auto-generation feature to automatically generate your projects from scoping during the opportunity. Our main objectives as we run through the various methods for auto-generation of projects would be to understand the mapping from opportunities to projects, creating a project template, establishing product milestones, selecting a project source, and lastly, we will discuss how to create a flow to automate the process of generating a project from an opportunity. There are 7 generation methods when creating a project from an opportunity. The opportunity method will copy over the project that is established as your project template. The products method will allow you to associate milestones and their related items like actions and checklist items to a product and then generating a project. The products no duplicate method will allow you to duplicate products on your opportunity level, but will not duplicate the milestone on the project. Base template plus products will allow you to create a base template and in addition to that template add on additional milestones. Same for the base template plus products no duplicates. The same process is followed that no milestone will be duplicated during the process of the project being generated. Product quantity will allow you to increase the quantity on the product, which will cause multiple milestones to be created. And then base template plus product quantity will allow you to have a base template plus as many products as required based on the quantity established. When creating your project template, you'll want to consider the amount of hours that each action takes up on the milestone, because this will be considered when selecting the project unit. When the project unit is set to day, the quantity on the product will control how many hours are available. If your business standard is 8 hours per day, as set in your control pad, then the quantity of 3 will give you a total of 24 hours. Based on your template milestone, if action A takes up 50% of your milestone's hours, then it will also take up 50% of the total hours based on the quantity. If the hour project unit is selected, the quantity will be the amount of hours that is available for that milestone. So if I set a quantity of 4 and action A takes up 50% of the hours scheduled for my milestone, then 2 of the 4 hours, 50% of the 4 hours will be scheduled for action A. If you would like to copy over the hour assignment from your source, then I recommend using the source project unit. So let's get started. The first thing that I would like to discuss is auto mapping your opportunity to your project. So you'll want to do this from the control pad, and this will allow you to map custom fields and other fields on your opportunity level to your project record as it's created. You'll want to make sure that you're mapping the correct kind of data type. So if you have a date field, you'll want to map that to a date field. If you have an amount field, you'll want to tie that to a currency or an amount field. Okay, so you can see I have my account linked. My opportunity name is what will be pulled over as my project name. The budget will be pulled from my expected amount on the opportunity, and so forth. Right, so let's go ahead and save that. The next thing that we'll want to take a look at will be our project templates. On my project templates, I have 3 different types created. I have a full-on base template. This will include a couple of milestones that will be included in every single one of my projects, no matter which products are pick and pulled during the opportunity or on the opportunity. I have a master service project template. This has all of the milestone scenarios that I could possibly use when generating a project. And then I have a complete project plan. This would be my service project template with all of its assignments without needing any changes to the template. So this is something that I would use when cloning completely from the opportunity. Let's take a look at our products on our opportunity. All right, so on my products object, I've created a few products that relate to different implementation packages that we offer. Um, you can see here there are individual products like data migration, which a customer might want to add on individually. I've set that up with just a single milestone template, similar for my training product. For my packages, I've created the overall product name and established the project unit. So this is what we referred to previously. In this case, when I add the day unit, the quantity will establish how many days will be spread out across my milestones. Instead of just establishing one milestone, in this case, my bronze package will be made up of multiple milestones. You'll also want to make sure that your products are added to the correct price book. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at my opportunity. Alrighty, so in this scenario, we're going to go ahead and create a project plan from the opportunity method. So what this is going to do is clone my entire template, and I have my complete service project template for this scenario. I am going to select the project start date as tomorrow. I'm going to select the project start date as the 1st of April and select to generate the project. Once I hit save, I'll go to my project list and hit refresh to see if my project has been generated. Okay. And here is a look at that project layout. So you can see all of the hours scheduled were pulled over directly from my template. Now let's move on to adding our products and generating a project using the product method. First, we'll go over to our products. In this case, I've selected my price book already, and I will go into select which products will be added. In this case, the customer has selected to use the bronze implementation, and they also want to add on the data migration and training package. Since I've selected to use the day source, I am going to add in days on in my quantity. So during this bronze implementation, we've decided that this will take 7 days. And I will be entering a quantity of 1 for the remaining products. I'm going to go ahead and click save. And then we're going to establish our project generation. So I already have my project start date. I'm going to mark generate project to false and to true again since it was already marked true in this scenario. And we are going to use the products method. You can see I have my master template selected as my project template. And save. Alright, so I'm going to refresh our list here and check out our new project. Alright, so we can see the data migration, training has been pulled over, and it looks like I already had a training milestone in my implementation package. So what I would do in this scenario is just remove the extra or provide further detail to the customer. This would be a scenario in which you may want to use products no duplicates so that if there are different milestones that are included in the packages that are the same, it will exclude one of those milestones. All right, so let's take a look at another example. In this method, we will be using the base template plus products no duplicates. This one has a project generated. All right, so we found our project here. We're going to select base template, no duplicates, put in our start date. And in this scenario, I'm going to use my base template. All right, I'm going to hit save. And before I generate the project, I'm going to go ahead and add my products. And in this case, we are going to do a silver implementation with the hourly project source. All right, so since I'm entering the hours and the quantity, we have assumed that this project will, or this silver implementation will take 160 hours. I'm going to hit save. Product is added. And now I can go ahead and generate my project. All right. So we can see that my hours have been pulled over. And I also have 2 initial milestones that were included in my base template. All right, lastly, let's take a look at generating a project from an opportunity with the product quantity method. All right, so we're going to select product quantity. Actually, before I go ahead and generate my project, let's go ahead and add those products. In this scenario, I'm going to add the training package multiple times. So we're going to select a quantity of 3, hit save, and select the product quantity method. I'm going to put my master template on this project and generate. Let's go ahead and check out our projects. And you can see my training package has been added 3 times. All right, now the cool thing about generating your project from the opportunity is that you can choose to set up different criteria to auto-generate the projects without the fields needing to be set. One example of this, I might want a project to generate when my opportunity is marked closed won, or at a different stage during my process of scoping with the customer. I might want the project to be created so that we can continue to discuss and forecast and so forth. Okay, so let's go ahead to our flow builder. All right, I'm in Salesforce setup. I went here by selecting my setup gear and hitting setup. This does require system administrative permissions. So you want to make sure you have the correct permissions to do so. And then we'll go ahead and create our flow. Now I've already created this flow from new. This is a record triggered flow. I've selected my opportunity as the object, and we are going to trigger the flow when the record is generated. So it's when it hits the certain stage that we want. In this scenario, I would like the project to be generated when the value is marked as closed won, when the opportunity is marked as closed won. You can also set a condition that the generation field cannot be marked true. Generate project. What? Cannot be true, so we'll make that false. Alright, so we only want this flow to run when the record is updated to meet the following requirements. Then we're going to optimize this flow for fast field updates. Alright, so the next thing we will do is add an element. So I just hit the plus sign here and created an element to update the record. Alright, let me make sure this is. Alright, so I've named my update record element update generation fields. And we want to set our auto generation fields using the opportunity record that triggered the flow. We don't have any additional filter conditions. Next, I am going to set the following fields on my opportunity record. So we're going to, of course, mark generate project to true. That's going to create our project. In this scenario, we are going to clone the template that is set on the opportunity. The project start date, I would select it to be the close date on my opportunity. And then I have my project template. I do want to just make sure this project template is the correct one. So I'm going to pull this ID from my project template record. So to do that, let's go ahead to my template. I'm going to clone the service template. And once I navigate to that record, I'm just going to copy the ID right out of the URL. All right. All right, so we have that saved. I'm going to save this as a new version. And let's go ahead and test this out. Let's activate it first. Now that our flow is active, let's head to an opportunity. All right, so I want to navigate to an opportunity that is not closed won due to our criteria. This one does not have a project, so that's pretty good, and generate project is false. Let's update this close date. and we are going to set the stage to closed one. Boom, boom, boom. All right, now that our project is marked close one, let's see if our process worked, and it did. We have our project generated. Let's take a look. And all of our items are pulled over from our service template. Thanks for tuning in to this Kosmo Campfire. Please feel free to get in touch if you have any additional questions about what was discussed today in this discussion. And we thank you for joining and hope we see you next time.